Okay, I'm going to talk you through the process of repotting a plant. First and most importantly is picking the appropriately sized pot, which as a rule of thumb, you want to be able to just barely slide the previous pot inside of the new pot. The pot I picked today is actually technically a little bigger than I would normally want it, but this is a really, really fast growing plant, so I think I'll be okay. But actually, you would want like maybe less distance between the side of the old pot and the side of the new pot, maybe a finger's width at most. So I also picked a pot that has an attached saucer. It has a hole in the bottom, that's very important, and an attached saucer. If you end up getting one with a hole in the bottom and no saucer, then you have to pick up a saucer to go with it. There's also these pots that are ubiquitous around Home Depot and whatever. The saucer is actually attached, and unless you actually push the saucer away from the bottom, it won't drain. It'll just hold water and get moldy and gross. So you have to detach the saucer on those ones. So the reason that you want a pot that's a little bit smaller is if there's too much space and too much soil, you'll end up getting mold, and then the roots will get moldy and the plant will die. So you don't want that. First thing we're going to do is we're gonna sort of loosely cover that big hole. An irregular stone is the best because it lets some water through, but it won't let the soil through. So I put the stone at the bottom, and then I'm going to use a little bit of potting soil at the bottom and just pack that down gently with my hands. And then I'm going to tip this guy to the side and kind of squeeze the pot to loosen his roots out. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, uh-oh, surprise. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so now I gotta loosen him away from the pot. Oh, he's really tight in there. Okay, great, there we go. So he's looking good, no problems here. If it's a really tightly packed root ball, you might want to loosen the roots a little bit with your fingers. I'm not going to with this particular plant. And then I want the soil line to end up about an inch below the rim of the pot so that it doesn't overflow. So I actually need a little bit more soil at the bottom just so that he's the right height. And then I'm gonna kind of look again and make sure that he's gonna sit where I want him to sit. Okay, that looks good. So now I just have to fill in with dirt all around. And you wanna pack that dirt in a little bit with your fingers. You don't want it to be loose. Tighter fitting dirt is better for the roots so that the roots can be really strong when they grow. So you do wanna kind of pack that in with your fingers. So again, leaving about an inch space from the rim of the pot to the level of the soil. And then you want to water immediately, a nice good soaking water. And then, you know, one problem people have is they overwater their plants. So don't water your plant more than twice a week. Twice a week is like the maximum. I only water my plants once a week. And they do great because overwatering can again cause like mold and root rot and stuff like that. So keep an eye on it and let me know how it goes.